turn our attention to the Edo governorship race, where it appears things are heating up ahead of the Saturday election. Tonight, one of the frontline candidates will be joining me, Mr. Aswe Ighodalo. You know him, a lawyer and very, very prominent in his profession before now wanting to be governor of Edo State. Mr. Aswe Ighodalo is a People's Democratic Party candidate in the Edo governorship election. He's live for us from Benin City. Thank you. It's good to see you, Mr. Ighodalo. Thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
Hey, Sheil. Hi. How are you?
Yeah, butterflies in your belly. I mean, how do you feel right now? I know it's not easy. This is not something that you're used to, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm used to all kinds of challenges. I've faced many different kinds of challenges through my life. And this is just another major challenge. So we focus and we face it.
Yeah, and perhaps if anybody had told you the nitty-gritty and the details of what you got yourself into, maybe you might just stick into your business or your politics, but you are in for it anyway.
Sure. Yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound. Then mornings I wake up and I tap my wife and I say, what am I doing here? But really, by and large, I think it's worth every stress. Every stress. We're able to influence the life of 5.2 million people if we succeed on Saturday, and nothing beats that.
Are you learning the language? Because the talk around town is that you cannot speak, you cannot even communicate with your people in the local dialect. Are you learning it? Is it something that is new to you too?
Shame, there are too many rumormongers floating around this town. You know, it's not true. I understand the language. I don't speak as fluently as I should or as I would love to, but I understand fluently. I understand well. I know fit go markets, make them sell me. Not possible.
So, I mean, you are not, you are not the city boy in that sense, but you are not totally out of tune. Because they say that you are the Lagos boy, you're not the city boy as in that sense.
Sheil, don't mind all these funny people. People that grew up in Jos, they say you're not a local boy. People that were tailors in Kaduna, they say you're not a local boy. How are they local boys?
So, I mean, let's look at it. Yes. One of the things that worry a lot of people, and we had a conversation at the Security Summit yesterday, the decision for you not to sign the peace accord is concerning.
No.
Don't you think that there is a larger implication when you, as a frontline candidate, decide that you are not going to sign the peace accord? You don't think that will further heat up the polity?
No, really, Sheil. Take a step back. We felt intimidated. We felt harassed. We felt that there was no level playing field. You know, we wrote series of petitions to the police. None of our petition was given light of day. The other side wrote a petition, and people were acting on their petition. We saw a lot of our supporters being arrested, being harassed, being intimidated. We saw thugs from the other party. Everybody saw them on TV. Vanguard, 23rd July, showed them carrying AK-47s and pop actions. None of those guys were arrested. So, of course, we had a reason to feel strongly harassed and intimidated. Based on that, we felt very strongly that unless a level playing field was created, we wouldn't sign the peace accord. But today, we feel a bit better. The Inspector General of Police has given us his full assurance and his word as a man of great honor that we would have a level playing field. And I've always said, because I know him well, the president of Nigeria is a full Democrat, and he has no business with creating on level playing fields. You know, sometimes I smile. Where we are today is exactly where President Tinubu was in 2003. Exactly the same place. So I can imagine him telling me that, Aswe, I did it, so you go and do it. So that's it. So I take up the challenge. the things he did to ensure that he survived in 2003, I can imagine him sitting on his bed and laughing at me. So I'm fine.
Because of lack of time, we might not be able to go into the analysis because we'll be doing that in the coming days. Do you see a pathway to victory here? Because there are those who see and feel that the odds are against you. You do not really have a clear pathway to victory. A lot is at disadvantage here. How do you hope to win this election? What are your advantages in this race?
Who have you been listening to? I know
people listen to some of us because we've got some authority in terms of knowledge and understanding of the issue because of years of practice. So,
bros, I think I'll beg you, relocate to Benin.
I will come.
We will win
and
this
they come cover the election.
We've gone. Listen, bros, I've gone through all of the 192 wards. I've gone through nearly every unit in this state. I've gone through every local government. I've talked to the people. I've been to nearly every major market. I've been to every major restaurant. I've talked to the people of this state. My manifesto was based on my interaction with our people. And I'm on top of what the issues are. I know, Sheon, that if we hold a free and fair election today, we will win at least 70% of the votes, without any doubt. Without any doubt. So, we've related to our people.
Yeah.
We've connected with our people. The people know us, they trust us, and they will vote for us. So let's leave the playing field level. No intimidation, no harassment. If those folks know they can run with us, then they should stop playing the funny games they're playing.
What are these funny games that you're worried about?
I'm not worried. I'm supremely confident. But I know they're trying all kinds of funny games. But you know, God Almighty is in full control. And God is with us. God knows we love the people of Edo State. We're going to work for the people of Edo State. At every point when we've been campaigning, I've stood on the issues. At every point they have been campaigning, they've stood on personalities, propagandas, and lies. The old man of the party, a few days ago, jumps out and talks about me and plan well. He lies. He's a born liar. And so we should disregard anything that comes out of his mouth. Anybody with a bit of ability and sense, fact check. Plan well, check CAC, check the court decisions, any link, no link whatsoever. I'd never even heard of the company before until the APC liars started talking about it. And at every point they lie because they have nothing to tell the people of Edo State. They don't have facts. They don't have anything that will help the lives of the common man, that will help their suffering, and that will change the economic landscape or enhance infrastructure development. So if people don't have anything to say or to do, they start with negative propaganda. I thought that age conferred certain levels of responsibility. But I see with that short old man, no sense, no responsibility.
Who are you referring to in this sense?
Anyway, sure. Let's leave it at that.
I'll go back quickly before I come back to the issues of what your plans
when
really
are. When are you coming to Benin?
Say that
come
again.
And be on the ground.
No,
come and see what's happening on the ground here.
I would be. Our people are already on the ground. We have reporters who are permanently there anyways, who work in Edo State. But then I will be on the ground to coordinate our coverage of the elections, definitely.
But I look forward to when you come on the ground.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I've covered nothing less than 4 governorship elections, nothing less than that. So I've seen governors come and go in Edo State. We've helped to midwife in our coverage these kind of transitions. But I'm worried, though. Are you able to sign the peace accord you did not sign on that day? Are you willing now that you think that things are...
We had a number of conditions. Most of the conditions have now been met. There's one left. Many of our guys have been held unjustly. We think if you hold guys, you either charge them or you let them go on bail. So either they charge all our guys and we're represented, or let them go out on bail. Once that is achieved, we'll sign the peace accord.
Now, what assurance can you give as a political frontliner today in Edo State that your decision to back out in signing the peace accord has not raised the tension, and the fact that what can you tell your followers tonight about the issue of violence, that those who are saying it's a do-or-die affair? That is a very terrible and dangerous rhetoric going into this election. Are you going to say tonight that no one should be involved in violence?
We are not the purveyors of violence, and we preach nonviolence. I certainly preach nonviolence. From my background, from my upbringing, from my pedigree, I will preach nonviolence every day. So for us, it's do, but it's not do or die. It's do and do well, and do and achieve. I don't know why people think that it's do or die. Those are not the only options. For us, it's do and achieve. And that's what we will achieve. We'll ask all our supporters to come out on Saturday. They should come out to vote. They will be safe. The agencies have promised us they will be safe. The president, who I know very well, has promised us we'll be safe. The governor of the state has promised us they will be safe. So everybody should come out, vote, protect their votes, and stay with their votes. And I'm sure at the end of the day, the will of the people will prevail. And that's what it's all about.
I'd like to take you up on the issue, your plans, what you have to offer the people of the state, and why they should choose an Asue over and above the other candidates in the race. My very first question will be, before I go into that, will be the pathway to victory that I asked you earlier, that the political structure in your party and around your very good friend Godwin Obaseki, those who believe that things have really dwindled, for example, you saw the relationship between the former governor of Rivers State, the FCT minister, and Governor Godwin Obaseki. He was one force behind him. He helped him to win that election in some way. And this time around, he said, yourself and Governor went to visit him in Abuja, and he told you categorically that he was not going to support you and is not going to support him. In that sense, there are those who believe that the pathway to victory is dwindling by the day.
You know, sometimes when gentlemen talk in some kind of privacy, in house arrangements, we don't voice out what has been said. But it's not correct that Governor Wike said he wasn't going to support us. That's not correct. But events may have overtaken his decision at that point, and he's free to change his mind. I believe, as a gentleman, that he would adhere to the word he gave me. But if he has changed his mind, so be it.
Did he promise to support you? Did he promise to support you? Did he promise to support you?
Let me finish. When he and I spoke, we spoke on issues around governance, for governance around Nigeria, issues around how we can create a better country. We spoke about Edo State. And at the end of the day, we ended the conversations at a point where he said he will mind his business. And Edo State is not part of his business. But again, if he's decided to change his mind, that's fine. But the decision as to who becomes the next governor of Edo State is the decision of the Edo State people. It's not the decision of anybody else. Whether you've been governor or you're a minister, it's only Edo State citizens and people that reside in Edo State who carry PVCs in Edo State that take that decision with the support of God Almighty. And that's the way I see it. I fear no man, I only fear God.
If you lose this election, would you easily concede it?
Of course.
Are you able to pick are you able to pick your phone to call either Olu or Monday or any of the candidates who win?
It's so funny. The first question my daughter asked me, the day I first told her that I'm considering election. She said, Daddy, you're not used to losing. I don't think you've ever lost. If you lose this, then how will you take it? And, that caused me to do a deep thing. Honestly, if we lose these elections and we know we've lost it fairly and squarely, I'll be the first to concede. But I know we can't lose this election. If the playing field is level, we can't win this election. We've related with the people of Edo State. We've told the people of Edo State what it is we're about, what it is we'll do for them, and they trust us. And they will vote for us. So I know at a level playing field, we will win. All the polls support us. All the indicators support us. So I have no fear.
Let me take you quickly on issues and why you think you're better off than the other candidates. And there are those who say, like, in your interactions and in your trying to sell yourself, you have actually indicted the governor and the government of the day of poor performance in the handling of the affairs of the state. For example, Edo State unemployment rate stands at, as of 2023, at 31%, with many young people lacking job opportunities, and there are hopelessness into how they can fend for themselves or earn a living. Just for a moment, if I land on that question. Just for a moment, if I may land on the question.
Honestly, don't know what data you're relying on.
But I'm quoting the data as...
No. Edo State has one of the best unemployment statistics in this country.
What statistic do you have? What data do you have? What is the unemployment figure in Edo State at the moment?
Edo State data. Our young people are positively engaged. We have creativity, technology, the arts, and the sports. And the wide frame that we've provided for opportunities for the people of the state is tremendous, second to none in Nigeria, maybe after Lagos State, with the advantages of Lagos State. People have to be current with data. People have to compare data from 8 years ago till today. And I want people to be current and honest with data.
So, no, I'm asking I've given you a data here, but you don't agree with it.
I am not
but
saying,
the fact remains that, just a moment, sir, if I may land on my question. There are about 60% of the population of that state who are under the age of 35. They need to be properly engaged. What are your plans for them who are watching tonight, either on their mobile devices, they're watching on their television, or wherever they may be? How much of jobs are you willing or are hoping to provide? What are the mathematics you have done in terms of job provision?
From the work we've done on our manifesto, going around the state, looking at the opportunities available, we've promised to provide at least 50,000 new jobs every year. There are massive opportunities in the state, in tourism, agriculture, manufacturing, and the services. So there's no way we will provide less than 50% jobs every year. 50,000 jobs every job.
Where would those be coming from?
I'm confident.
What sectors are those coming from? In what specifics?
Tourism, services, technology, agriculture, manufacturing. And there's a wide scope. I was telling some folks the other day that if your governor is lazy and all he does is ensure that our security is 100%, tourism will thrive. Look at the data on Edo State citizens in diaspora. If they come home twice a year on holiday, each time they come home, they spend $3,000. Rather than stop in Lagos, they spend 2 weeks in Benin. Look at the arithmetic. $6,000 times about 300,000 people every year. Look at the reflation to the Edo State economy. So, honestly, it's a no-brainer. And then we go to many other things: agriculture, manufacturing. We're working on the Benin port. We complete that transaction. It adds nearly $10 billion to the economy of the state. So for me, I see a major pathway to prosperity. All we need to do is gather our resources, work undeterred, and with vision.
So, there are those who are, your opponent are already saying they hope that Ighodalo will move from an MOU transition government to a real government of action because they've tagged the government of the PDP an MOU government. That is a criticism coming from the opposition in your state. But specifically, and there are those who fear whether or not, just remember, Mr. Aswe, whether or not Aswe will be a man of his own, considering the fact that Godwin Obaseki had brought you into the limelight in running for this race. What in specific would you like to be known for should you win this election? What tag would you like Edo State to be identified for?
You've suggested multiple questions, but I need to do one thing. President Tinubu was in China last week. How many MOUs did he sign? How many of you tagged him MOU presidents?
So you'll be signing more MOUs?
That I am aware. Yeah, he was in China last week and they signed numerous MOUs. Nobody tagged him MOU presidents. You know, MOU, for people that understand the process of business, you start with the process of the MOU and then you take it on until final completion. All the MOUs Governor Obaseki has signed, nearly each of them has ended up in consequential transactions, confident and complete transactions. So people should stop this myopic, and it's an opponent-induced way of thinking. People that don't understand how economic development works. People that can't read a balance sheet. People that can't prepare a budget. People that didn't go to school. Now they start tackling people that are going through effective processes. So what I say is this. I know Edo State people in 2 years' time will look back and be so glad they had a Governor Obaseki. We will continue from where he stopped on all his good policies. Those policies that need tweaking, we will tweak. Those policies that need improving, we will improve. Our own policies, also Aradio and myself, will work effectively to ensure that we run them. And you asked, what do we want to be known for at the end of our term? We would have moved Edo State into a path of full prosperity. We'll move Edo State from a third world sub-sovereign into a first world sub-sovereign. That is our goal.
All right, just quickly,
the grace of God Almighty will achieve it.
Yeah, I have just a few seconds to wrap up. But there is something that is
time always flies. Time
it flies. It flies. You're a good talker, so it's easy.
No.
When now, quickly, I think I need about 30 seconds in how you're going to solve this problem. There's been this unending blame game ongoing on the state of the roads in Edo State, specifically the Benin-Auchi road. Though it's a federal road, they say, but it's causing untold hardship on the people of the state. If you were elected governor, how would you address issues like this? Just in 30 seconds.
You know, there's a constitutional issue here. You know, Benin-Auchi Road, Benin-Sapele, Benin-Agbo, all those roads, I don't know why they are federal roads. Because there's nobody in Abuja that's going to go through those roads. It is the citizens of the state that suffer to the state of the road. But the Minister of Works never goes on the road. So he doesn't care. He doesn't care about our people. The people in Abuja don't care about our people. So it's us that suffer. So what we will do, we'll approach the federal government and we'll look for different ways of dealing with the roads. Concession, PPPs, any which way, we'll find money. We'll take it off the federal government. Federal government doesn't need to spend a dime on any of those roads. I will work the roads for our people.
All right. We're totally out of time, but before we go, this probably final shot. APC controls 2 senatorial districts in Edo State. Labour Party controls 1. In the Central Senatorial District, how does the PDP plan to win there? Because your party was defeated just a few months ago. Just in 30 seconds.
You're smarter than this. I know better than this, much better than this. You know that what you said is not true. The effect of last year's elections had to do with a lot of anti-party issues. We resolved those issues within our party. Edo State is a PDP state, pure and simple. And you know that. You know,
what was this thing about the Oba of Benin and the Edo government and the political implication of this? Is that being resolved too? Are you able to help to resolve that matter?
Sure, we won't bring royalty and the Oba into politics. But what I will tell you, the Oba of Benin is my father. The Oba of Benin is our father, and we give him tremendous respect. Going forward in Edo State, we know that when we develop tourism, the same way the Buckingham Palace brings a lot of money to the economy of London, the institution of the Oba, the culture, the things we do right in Benin will bring a lot of money to Edo State. So we respect our Oba tremendously. I respect him tremendously. He's my father. I spent some time with him a few weeks ago, and I think it's part of most interesting time of my recent experience.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ighodalo. I guess you are the same person I'm talking to, because a lot of our viewers say they cannot see your face. They don't know whether you are the right person. Or okay, that's it. I think it's the Aswe that I used to know. All right. Aswe Ighodalo, the PDP governorship candidate.
That you know.
Sir?
Shehu, please, lay your feet in Benin so you see for yourself.
You will find me there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please come into Benin quickly so that all the rumor mongers, naysayers, and those who don't mean well for our people stop corrupting your minds.
No, my mind is so pure. Okay, thank you so much. It can't be corrupted.
Sure.
Thank you so much indeed. Mr. Aswe Ighodalo,
Take care.
governorship candidate.
See you soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.